From the Ear to There Travel Studio, this is the Ear to There Disney Podcast.
The Ear to There Podcast, it's time to start the show. Be sure to hold on tight, here we go. Exploring all the different Disney destinations. Ear to There, it's time to start the fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ear to There Disney Podcast. I'm your host, Phil Gramlich. I am also the owner and the founder of Ear to There Travel, which is, of course, a Disney-specialized travel agency. It is my job, along with all of the vacationeers on the Ear to There Travel team, to take away all that stress, all that anxiety, and all that time that it takes to plan a Disney trip so you can focus on the really fun things like having a great time with your family and friends and enjoying the magic. You can listen to this podcast, meet every single person on the Ear to There Travel team, and you can request your free, no obligation quote over at eartotheretravel.com. And if there's a certain vacationeer you would like to book this trip with or get this quote from, click the vacationeers page. There you will find all the links to the vacationeers pages, and you can request a quote with any of the vacationeers that you'd like. Again, the website is eartotheretravel.com. All right, this is episode number 190. Getting close to that 200 for the week of January 27th, 2020. Now, grab a drink, grab a snack, and as a famous mouse once said, on with the show. Sometimes I don't know how to introduce my guests on the podcast. My guest today is more of a co-host than a guest. She lives in my house, so I have to deal with her all the time. She is my wife. Again, she's back on the show. Amy Liz, how are you?
Geez, that was such a kind introduction. I don't even know where to begin.
Let's start again. The love of my life, who loves food as much, if not more than I do, in a good way, not in that's going to get me in trouble later.
Yeah, that's going to get you major. Just so you know, I just wrote that down. I'm keeping a list.
So, how are you?
Well, I was better before you said that, but fine.
Better before than
how are you feeling? Everybody wants to know how you're feeling from your fall.
How do you think I'm feeling from my fall?
Not fabulous, but better than you were.
Better. I wasn't able to record an episode last week. There's no way I've been able to sit.
You guys, he was
in a chair last week.
In really bad shape last week, but he's much better.
Yeah, I think I'm better this week.
Yeah, you can sit in the chair.
I can sit, not move a lot, but I can sit.
No.
So
mobility is still limited.
No, I'm fine. And the concussion only messes up one word here and there. Normally I'm
No, he's better, but that the night after it happened,
yeah,
I know.
It was really the night kind of that it happened,
yeah, because
right?
it was like in the middle of the night.
It was like 2:30 in the morning when I cracked my head.
He was not speaking at his normal,
Yeah, all day she was like, you're talking really funny. And I was
very
like,
slowly and using the wrong words.
Yeah, I'm okay
but
now.
Everything's fine. I think he should be fine. He probably doesn't even need to be checked.
That's good. Anyway, all right, let's get on to the topic at hand, which is...
Well, and this is a promise. We promised this podcast.
Yeah, and I was reminded by Owen and Griffin, who are listeners, who reminded me that we had to do this episode. So we're going to do an Imaginary Imagineering episode. And you've never done one of these, so this is going to be fun.
Yes, and that was a good tongue twister. You just went right through it.
I know. See, if I still had a concussion, I wouldn't be able to say
never have gotten it.
Imaginary Imagineering. So, all right. So this is based on the idea that the new Space 220 restaurant's coming to, and that's what the name of it is. I don't know what 220 stands for. I didn't research it enough. But it's coming to Epcot. It's the space restaurant.
I don't think anyone minds.
No. And you get blasted into orbit before you go to your table.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, so the concept art is like this big circular room with the middle of the room, like you look down at like a table.
This is making my idea seem not as creative or imaginative.
You're not exactly an Imagineer yet.
True.
Yeah, maybe someday.
You never know.
So anyway,
Fingers crossed.
But you just blast off in orbit, and then when you get into the restaurant, you're in space.
Okay.
And now all the windows, there's no window. There are windows quote unquote, our windows to look into space and the stars and all of that, and we see Earth from where we are.
That sounds really fun.
It's going to be cool. So that was the idea, was that this restaurant's coming. What other restaurants would we, if we were Imagineers, remember it's Imaginary Imagineering. Well done again.
It is again.
Okay, it hurts when I laugh, though. It hurts my ribs a lot when I laugh. So if we were Imagineers...
Oh, yeah, you didn't think about that part, because I'm really funny.
Yeah, you're not that funny. See, I made myself laugh harder than you did.
That happens a lot.
Oh, God, stop. Okay. Shh. Okay. So if we were Imagineers, what restaurants would we design, would we bring to Walt Disney World? That's what the idea of this was.
Right.
Chuck Rodriguez and I did a Imaginary Imagineering hotel one.
Yes.
And Imaginary Imagineering attractions one.
This one's going to be way better than that.
But the hotel one, by the way, the amazing thing about the hotel one.
You predicted
I predicted the Star Wars
you did. I remember.
hotel like 2 years before it was announced. Or a year. So that was very cool.
That'd be so fun if we do end up predicting one of these.
Yeah,
because
I
we
agree.
have really fun ideas. Well, I have really fun ideas. I don't know about you.
My ideas are just absolutely terrible, but they're really fun. I think they're fun. All right, so let's get started. I guess we always start off with you?
You do, but I'm happy to.
No, because I like to
finish it up.
I like to close out the show.
I have my first one like
on the Mariana Rivera or the Brad Lidge of the podcast.
I don't know that
close it out.
You said.
You know Brad Lidge.
No, that's the second person I know, unfortunately, from you, but I don't know that.
Unfortunately, there's like the greatest baseball year of my life.
It's true.
When the Phillies won the World Series in 2008.
Can I talk about my first restaurant?
Mariana Rivera, you grew up in New York and you lived there forever. How do you not know who Mariana Rivera is?
I know who Darryl Strawberry is.
My Lord.
That doesn't help.
You're going back to 1986.
Well, that's when I grew up. That was my childhood.
Oh, my God.
Can I tell you my restaurant?
Yeah. Is it Darryl Strawberry's place?
No.
Chocolate-covered strawberries?
No, but actually, that leads me right into it.
Oh, good. See, look at that. Darryl Strawberries.
Chocolate-covered strawberries, because my first restaurant idea, it would be called Just Desserts. Do you get it? It's like a double meaning.
No, I get it. I got it.
Just Desserts.
That's very
meaning
clever.
The restaurant would only serve desserts, but also, like, you'll get your just desserts.
Is it a villain restaurant? Yes. It is now.
Yes, it is a villain restaurant, in fact. I'm so glad you brought that up. That's a great idea.
Hey, that's what I get paid the big bucks for right there. That was a good idea from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't have...
It was your awesome villain idea.
I don't have villain menu items.
But it would have the villain menu items.
This would now, yes.
Like the poison apple crumb cake?
There you go. See? Oh, see? There you go. Oh, that's a great idea. So, but my concept is...
Just maybe there'd be like a worm coming out of it, like a fake,
Yes.
Anyway, candy apple.
Oh, this is a really good idea. And you could do like a snake cupcake or something for Jafar's snake when he turns into a snake.
That's pretty good.
So just so you know, you guys, in our local movie theater, they're showing all classic Disney movies.
Yeah.
Right now, every weekend. So I just saw Aladdin in the movie theater.
Because we don't pay any money for Disney Plus.
I know, I was going to say that. I totally get that. And we did recently watch it.
We need to spend $30 on a weekend to go see it again.
But it was, by the way, they are only $6 tickets. But also, it was amazing because I said to Phil later, I remember seeing it as a kid with my parents.
Yeah, it's a big deal to see those.
And then I brought my kids to the movie theater to see it.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's totally different seeing in the movie theater.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is. It's a different experience.
Aladdin is fresh in my mind. But what I'm saying is my concept is a dessert-only restaurant. Because, like, when you're eating in the park during the day, so often you're not having a formal sit-down meal. You like eat at the carts, or you bring like a light picnic lunch or dinner, or you do, on the other side, you do have a really big, like character breakfast or character lunch or whatever it is. And so you're really full and you don't really want another actual meal. So you could just grab like a snack and then you're like, gosh, I'm still hungry though, but not for a big thing. Let me just go to Just Desserts and have a dessert.
Nice. I'm into it. I really like that idea.
So what I had before we decided to completely change my idea and make it way better.
I just, throw out suggestions once in a while.
Was to just do like all different Disney movie themed desserts. So like the big donut from Zootopia, the leaning birthday cake from Sleeping Beauty. You remember the yellow snow cones from Monsters Inc.?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be really funny.
Yeah,
Magical cookies from Alice in Wonderland, the Empire biscuits from Brave. So there's like all different kinds of things. And I thought also, now I have a good idea since you said the villain thing. No, because I had a to-go counter in the front. So maybe those desserts I just said could be the to-go counter, but then the villain desserts could be if you sit down.
I'm into it. I think it's a great idea.
What do you think?
No, I really like that idea. I think it's a lot of fun.
So I see it in Epcot, especially after like kind of snacking on food all day.
Yeah,
like Flower
it makes
Garden,
sense. It makes sense at Epcot because I think that's where you get the most diverse food and the most diverse food options.
Totally.
So that might make, or Disney Springs could work there too.
Oh, that's true. It could definitely work in Disney Springs.
What are you pointing at?
I just want to make sure that my voice is working. Cause I don't
Yeah, it's working. I got you. No, see?
Oh, perfect. Phew. Okay. Not that you couldn't do this podcast without me. Just this particular one.
I couldn't do this one without you. What if it was just my voice?
Yeah, it's so confusing.
And like you were in the background, like, I like restaurants.
But yeah, so you like that idea?
Small things. Yeah, no. I think it's a really good idea.
And I mean, I personally obviously was inspired because our daughter Zoe, if she could live on
Oh my God, yeah. This morning. That's
true, actually.
This morning at 7:40?
Yes.
She's like, Dad. I'm like, what? She goes, got this fruit roll up. I go, did you eat breakfast? She's like, yeah, I already had pancakes. I was like,
no, she didn't have pancakes.
Oh, no, she didn't.
She'd have peanut butter and banana sandwich for breakfast.
My God. Listen, when you have kids.
Up as a real breakfast because it involved fruit.
There's bread. Yeah, and there's a little protein with the peanut butter. Hey, listen, sometimes when you have little kids,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, yeah. So Zoe would. She would just literally live on desserts and candy. If she could live on candy, oh my God, that would be perfect for her.
Oh, sorry. I just realized too at the Just Desserts, you could have like villain drink pairings too.
Nice.
Since it's going to be in Epcot.
There you go.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, so we're going to go to that restaurant when they build it.
All right,
What's
so
your first pick?
So no, I like that one. So
thank you.
All right, so my picks are kind of all over the place, and
That's
they
fine.
all tie in. They all tie. Thank you. They all tie in with a Disney film. Every one of them does.
Okay.
So my first one I'm going to go with is we're going to stay at Epcot because I think this restaurant will be perfect at Epcot. Now listen, Disney California Adventure is getting an Ant-Man themed restaurant where
I heard about this. I can't wait.
the menu items are either super, super small
Right.
or really big, like
How
a giant,
fun is that?
like a giant pretzel, like that you would bring over to the table as an appetizer, like
That would be your dream come true.
Yeah, like a huge pretzel for like 6 people they could share for like a food for like an appetizer. So here's my idea: we can't bring.
Oh, and then if you're really full from the appetizer, you could order one of the tiny things for dinner.
That's where I'm going. Just
sorry.
back off, lady. Just because I talk during yours doesn't mean you can talk during mine.
This is how our marriage works. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble. That's 2 things I'm gonna get in trouble for, and I didn't even mean that one. The first one I meant to be harmful and mean and hurtful. No, I did not. All right, so where the heck was I? Yeah, so that you can't bring Ant-Man to Epcot. No, most of the Marvel characters, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, have to stay west of the Mississippi. So basically on the West Coast.
Right, that's just a rule.
Right, and you can have them on the Disney Cruise Line ships too, but not on the East Coast. So, since we can't make food small or big with Ant-Man, we can do it with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in my Honey, I Shrunk the Food restaurant.
Oh my gosh, that is such a great idea.
So why not have the same thing, except have it at Epcot, maybe over where Honey, I Shrunk the Audience used to be. Really, you can put it anywhere.
It doesn't matter, though. Nobody really remembers.
Put it anywhere, yeah. Nobody really cares where it would go.
No, but that is, first of all, a great movie that we just recently
We just watched it, which is, with the kids, that's why it was on my mind. Listen, what
a fun concept.
Right. Would most parents have to refresh or show the movie to their kids now because no kids know what Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, or the kids is. So what? You just watch it on Disney Plus.
No, and guess what? It is totally appropriate. Like
it's really good.
Sure, but it's totally fine, and really, it stands up really well.
Right. So think about the possibilities, like the foods from the movie. Right. So Nick's cookie, the giant cookie,
I was going to just
could be the dessert.
Cookie.
They bring it over to your table. There's like 6 or 7 people that just scoop their hands in to get this giant, like the cream out of the cookie. Instead of why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
Because you called it Honey, I Shrunk Your Food.
Well, you have to do big and small.
Doesn't have to be tiny?
You can do small too. You have to do both.
Okay.
Dude.
Oh, because then there's Honey, I Blew Up.
Yeah, just relax.
No, but I'm saying on the menu you could have a Honey, I Blew Up your food section.
There you go. That's
welcome.
fine. If that's what you
I
want to
made it way better.
do. Anyway, I'm saying super big pieces of like cake or really big.
Right. Or the cereal. Remember the cereal?
I'm getting to that. My Lord. Is this my turn or your turn?
You totally changed my whole concept.
All right. Well, if you keep interrupting me, we're never going to get through this show today.
That's a good point.
So yeah, no, mine. I was trying to think of how you would do the bowl of Cheerios, because that's like the iconic scene from the movie.
Totally.
When Nick is in the bowl. His son, Rick Moranis' son, is in the bowl of Cheerios. Nick Zielinski. So I was thinking you can't really put people and kids in a bowl of milk or even fake milk with Cheerios.
I'm
so
glad
I
that
think
you even had to think about like, whether or not that was okay.
I did think about it actually. Like, how can you do that? No, so I was thinking it's a photo op. When you walk into the lobby of the restaurant,
Sure.
there's a huge box of Cheerios tipped over.
Perfect.
There's a bowl with a fake thing that looks like milk, and you wrap a Cheerio life preserver
much safer
around your waist, and then you take a picture like, ah!
That's actually amazing. I did not think of that.
Yeah, and there's like a giant spoon, and all right, you want a dessert? Well, they bring out the miniature cake, and it's the size of a quarter, but it looks like a wedding cake, and you eat that.
Cute.
Like everything's shrunk down, or everything's blown up. The giant pretzel, like I said, the big sandwiches, anything. Like,
I think that sounds awesome.
I think it's fun.
I would definitely dine at that restaurant.
You make the set of the restaurant. Yeah, let's put it at Epcot. Future World. Yeah, Future World and Epcot.
I think Future World.
So I know there's like 3 neighborhoods now. They're like doing these weird things. Listen, the Imagineers can figure out where to put it in there.
Right.
But
you're cool with wherever they want.
But my concept I think works. And you can use, that Disney never throws anything out. So what about the giant bee from the old Honey, I Shrunk the Kids Place
That would be perfect in there.
Just put that in there.
Yes, I like that.
Giant Lego that you can climb in. Maybe your tables are giant Legos.
Maybe.
That works. All right, so that's my first one.
That's great. So
I know. It's great.
It's okay.
What do you got?
So I'm going to take us out of Epcot, but we're going to go back there later for me. But I'm going to go over to Hollywood Studios because I just feel like this is a perfect spot for this. And I would put in Mudka's Meat Hut. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Including me.
Most of you guys are like, I have no idea what you are talking about. So Mudka's Meat Hut is the restaurant in Emperor's New Groove.
The diner in Emperor's New Groove.
The diner.
Nice. I get it now.
Right? So it's
I had no idea that was the name of it.
I believe it's a Greek diner. Oh, I'm obsessed with that movie. I believe.
Did you know the name before looking it up?
Yeah. No, but I knew that there was a restaurant.
It really hurts to laugh, but I looked at her face and she was just like I completely were taken aback.
I was going to pretend. And no, I was going to pretend, and then I'm like, I paused way too long.
Yeah, no, you can't come back from that.
No, so I said, to be honest. No, I did have to look it up, but I remembered it once I heard it.
Right, gotcha.
But anyway, so this is the diner, as you said, in Emperor's New Groove, where Cusco and Pacha go, and they're eating the meal, and then Kronk and Yzma happen to be there, and Kronk ends up being the server.
Oh, I imagine there's like a audio animatronic. There's like a window.
Yes, there is.
The audio animatronic Kronk, or like one of those 3D projected Kronk, like walking around in between the.
There is. You
gotta have that.
But it's gonna be a diner, but it's gonna be also a character meal.
Whoa, nice!
Because
you never see those characters.
Nobody cares about Emperor's New Groove characters, but some people do, including myself.
Yeah, I would love that.
And that would be really nice to have them represented, wouldn't it?
Oh, I definitely want a Kronk meet and greet.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Kronk comes to your table and with a chef hat and an oven mitt on.
That's what I was going to say, because he's going to go back and cook your meal.
Yeah.
And so the menu items would be
kind of like Goofy and Chef Mickey when he comes out in the chef hat.
Right. Yeah. But so the menu items would be all Emperor's New Groove themed items. So obviously Kronk's famous spinach puffs.
Nice.
You could do a llama lemonade or a llama limoncello, however you say that.
Nice.
For the adults. And you could put it in one of the purple vials that Yzma has in her laboratory.
I like that. All mislabeled, they were in the movie.
Exactly, and that's pretty much all I have.
I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home? I love that idea.
And I just love the idea of Emperor's New Groove characters because, as you said, you really never see them.
I think I don't know if I've ever seen them in the park. I know I remember seeing like pictures of Yzma
And wouldn't Yzma
from
as a
Disney
face,
on Ice. I don't remember ever
Yes.
seeing her in the park.
But wouldn't Yzma as a face character be so funny
terrifying.
and fun?
Could you do a face character?
Maybe.
Because she'd have to be blue or purple or whatever color she is.
That's true. So maybe
Yeah,
not.
man, it could be a costume character.
Maybe.
It's
But
still,
like Patra could be a face character.
that would be awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Because it is fun at a character meal to have at least one character, even just one, who can talk to you.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Cusco walking around as a llama. That'd be awesome.
Well, he'd have to because he's a llama in that
scene.
portion of the movie.
Yeah. No, I love that idea.
Good, yes.
That's really
And I
fun.
just feel like it would fit really well in Hollywood studios because it's movies and,
Yeah.
I just think that that's where it would go.
You could put it right back where like the Animation Academy is now.
Although I guess-
Star Wars Launch Bay,
Oh, yeah.
the Animation Courtyard.
I was gonna say,
We said in the last episode, there's going to be new things there.
oh, there are
So why
going to
not
be new
that?
things.
That'd be awesome.
But I was going to say, or on a technicality, since he's an animal, I guess you could put it in Animal Kingdom.
That'd be
It's
funny.
a bit of a stretch.
No, it's not
Either way
really.
could work. I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, put it at Conservation Station. You got to
I
hit the
don't
train
care where
out
you
there.
guys put it, wherever you choose.
Wherever the Imagineers decide to put it is fine.
Exactly.
I love that one.
Cool, thank you.
All right, my next one is you're going to be a little bit surprised.
Okay,
I think we're staying at Epcot. I'm going back to Epcot.
that's fine.
Epcot works so well for
It
restaurants.
really does.
Because
it does. It really
there's
invites.
different themes all over the place. So you
It's
can
true.
kind of. So, all right. So, right now we have Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion, right?
Oh, I love Sunshine Seasons.
All right. We're gutting it. We're taking it out.
Okay, goodbye.
We're ripping it up.
I guess I don't love it.
You get the sledgehammer. You get to knock it down if you want to inside
Okay.
there.
Oh, that's fun.
And we're making, get
What are we
this, the Seasons of Giving restaurant.
I already love the name.
Winnie the Pooh
I
and
love
friends.
Winnie the Pooh.
It could be a character meal. Why not? Let's make it a character meal.
Sure.
Get them out of the Crystal Palace on Main Street, Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Put somebody new in there.
Okay, that's fine.
But you know why? There should be like, I always thought that should have characters from Main Street in that meal.
I did too, actually.
I know the
was
mayor passed away,
surprised.
but like,
I know.
like
I'm
those
always
characters,
surprised
the
that
street
it's
mystery
not.
characters walking around in that
Yes.
to kind of fit the theme of the restaurant.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Winnie the Pooh doesn't really fit that theme.
Really, he doesn't. I
Anyway.
mean, I love him there, but no, I know what you're saying.
Wouldn't he fit better in the Seasons of Giving restaurant, which is a farm to table restaurant
Oh, what is
featuring
great concept.
locally sourced foods from Florida? So you have tomatoes, you have citrus, you have potatoes. Let me see what else. I have to look it up. Peppers, watermelon, peanuts, all those local foods that are brought in from local places, even grown in a greenhouse.
That's so
Some of those.
cool.
They have watermelons there. They have lemons there. They have oranges
Right,
in the
because
greenhouse.
it's like the land and all,
Exactly.
right?
So instead of
Oh,
having
that's
those
a
foods
great
there,
idea.
they get farm to table for Winnie the Pooh style,
Yes.
and then it's a fresh, like locally sourced restaurant in Epcot. I think it's perfect.
I think that's such a good idea. And so now, because it's called Seasons of Giving, is it going to be like seasonal food?
That's right, because that was my idea. Because I was actually just going to rip off Seasons 52 a little bit.
That's okay. That doesn't matter, though.
That's kind of my thought.
We say there
Yeah,
aren't
because-
any complete, like, they're very rarely completely original.
Oh, I come up with
It's-
brilliant original ideas every day.
It's not a bad thing to base it on something that's been successful.
No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. But that's why. So that's my thought process. And all right, so the inside of the restaurant, they've remodeled the what's called the Sunshine Seasons, and it's still called Seasons.
That's true.
It's a tie-in, Seasons of Giving,
I get it. I
and it
gotcha.
ties into the Disney Winnie the Pooh movie from, was it 1999? I think.
Was it
and
called Seasons of Giving?
Yeah,
I'm
Winnie
not
the Pooh
familiar
and
with
Seasons
that
of
one.
Giving. It was a
Oh, that's
Thanksgiving.
perfect then.
It was a Thanksgiving Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, perfect.
movie.
I'm not familiar with
And
that.
then the restaurant looks like the 100 Acre Wood meets
How
a
cool.
farm.
Oh, people
Like,
are going to love that.
Why doesn't a new
I
farm?
said are going to love it
like
like it's
new,
coming.
like it's really happening. Wait, a farmer moves in next to the 100 Acre Wood, and Winnie the Pooh and characters get to hang out at the farm.
Oh, that's
That's
fantastic.
the concept. And you can even have Winnie the Pooh inspired foods,
Yes, like what?
like the black, like I can't understand this. This is like a Florida black bear dish. Maybe you eat a little Florida black bear. Maybe he's Winnie the Pooh's cousin, and you eat him. People eat that. They hunt them.
People
eat them
do
in Florida.
eat them.
That's
Could you
locally
do like a
sourced.
honey-themed dessert instead of killing all the bears?
Sure, and we could do a Florida wild boar dish,
Oh, fair
which would
enough.
be like Piglet's brother. I was thinking we could do
Oh
that.
my gosh!
I'm just spitballing here. This isn't.
You didn't make the menu, clearly.
We're just in planning stages of the restaurant. The menu's not set
This
yet.
is not set in stone.
Yeah, we could have a honey dessert, sure,
Sure.
but like,
It
some
seems
local
less
Florida
violent.
honey.
Yeah.
But no, I'm all for killing the bears and the pigs. But what do you think? That would I think
love that idea.
I think that actually works.
I really like it.
Maybe
Yeah, I
not
think
the
that
Black
totally
Bear restaurant.
I think
but
maybe skip the and then Piglet's brother.
No, you have to have a pork dish. Like a pork butt?
Yeah, you just don't have to call it
Wild boar butt?
any relation to Piglet.
No, you have to have his face on the menu.
Fair enough.
So then he walks by and he sees you eating and he's all upset.
Oh, that actually would be kind of funny.
He like cries as he's walking
Oh
by.
my god.
All right, so go ahead. So you're up. I think that all works until the end.
So yes, I agree.
All right.
So this one, oh, you know what? I didn't do two of the things that I was supposed to do for this restaurant.
Did you not make me lunch
name it
and watch him mop the floor?
Dude, you are really getting in trouble again. I didn't
People
name...
know I'm kidding. It's a joke.
So I didn't.
You never
name
mop
it.
the floor anyway. Ow.
You guys, all of you, everyone actually,
It hurts
can
to laugh.
imagine the face that I just gave it.
Oh man. Okay. Sorry.
And I'm glad that it hurt to laugh.
Thank you. I deserve that.
It was karma. So I didn't name this restaurant and I didn't decide where it should go.
Okay.
So if you guys listen,
I named all of mine. I'm a crazy person.
I meant to and I just didn't. So if you guys have any
let's see if we can work on the name. Maybe it'll come to us.
Or maybe it'll come to us, or if not, comment on, this podcast. So my concept that is not currently named is a singing diner, like the Stardust Diner in New York.
That was in Spider-Man?
And it was in Spider-Man. But they only sing Disney
what's her name was working there? Mary Jane in the in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
In the Tobey Maguire version. But so they only sing Disney songs at this diner. So all the servers
I like that.
who are there can sing. And so they've like certain times in the middle of the meal, each meal, that they stop, all the servers stop what they're doing and perform a song from a Disney movie.
It feels a little like the Disney Junior Breakfast at Hollywood and Vine, right?
Yeah,
those, remember?
Yes, with the dance break.
They would do the Disney
or even any
junior songs and dance.
Right, or even any character breakfast where you stop and have the parade.
I like that.
Right, but it's singing instead. So what's going to happen is it's going to be based on one of the menu items. So each menu item is going to be a food item from a Disney movie, like the stolen baguette from Aladdin or the Hi Dad alphabet soup from the Goofy movie.
I've never seen the Goofy movie.
So
I know.
paused.
Sorry.
So it's a heartwarming tale of Goofy and his son Max.
It's been on in the background when we've had, and the kids have seen it, but I never sat and watched the whole thing.
So it's awesome.
I know people are going to be upset with me.
People are going to be so excited that I mentioned it, and then other people hopefully will say, "Hey, let me put on the Goofy movie, which I believe is on Disney Plus."
Yes, it is.
And watch it. So it's this heartwarming tale, as I mentioned, of Goofy and his son Max, and it's right before Max is going to college, so he's like getting one last, father-son bonding time, and they're on a road trip, and Max is like being a teenage kid, and he doesn't want anything to do with Goofy. So Goofy,
this seems like it's always a theme.
It is. But Goofy
and his son
because he's Goofy. Yeah. It is. And
Max is kind of a punk. He's ungrateful.
He finds like alphabet soup in the car, and so he writes in the soup letters, "Hi, Dad."
Oh, that's nice.
I know. So it could be like Hi Dad soup. It could be like the caramel apple from Enchanted, and then each time somebody orders any one of these items, a server and there's like a certain amount of times that they can bring it during a meal, whatever.
I feel like this is a combination of that thing we were talking about earlier and Joe's Crab Shack.
Yes, but so you ring the bell. The server rings the bell, and they yell out the food that was ordered, and then because there's only one song that's assigned for each menu item, so then every server goes up and sings the song that correlates to the menu item ordered.
I like it.
You like that?
I like that one. Yeah.
So I have no idea where that could be. That could be anywhere, really. It doesn't really matter.
I'm putting it at Hollywood Studios, I think.
I know. I was thinking that as I talked about it. Still don't know what.
Or Disney Springs. It could work
but
over
wouldn't
there.
that be so cool? I know. And I was like thinking about this, and I was like, oh, it could be Ratatouille from Ratatouille, but they don't have any songs.
They're opening a Ratatouille
they
restaurant.
Are, but also there's a lot of ones that I thought of, like that Black Forest cake from Lilo and Stitch, but there's no songs in Lilo and Stitch.
No,
although
there are Elvis songs.
Elvis songs.
Yeah.
But I just thought that'd be really fun.
Love it. I think it's really fun.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see, where am I going now? All right. So I'm going to go to, this one is kind of wishful thinking. It's probably never going to happen.
Okay.
How about this? It's a restaurant that puts you right in the middle of a dinner scene from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Be Our Guest. Okay. Sorry, that obviously exists.
I was very confused. I was like,
you're like, oh my God, he really did hit his head.
Exactly.
He doesn't remember. He's been to Be Our Guest 6 times. No, all right. So this is actually a wishful thinking one, because I've wanted to eat at this restaurant since I was like 7 years old.
Oh,
6 years
I
old?
have an idea of what movie this is from.
It is
Go
the
ahead.
Indiana Jones Temple of Doom restaurant.
I had
So
a funny feeling.
We're going to call it Pancot Palace
Okay.
because in Temple of Doom,
Right.
Indiana Jones, Willie Scott, and Short Round end up as quote-unquote guests, but they're really looking for the missing children of India
Okay.
From this village. But they end up as guests at Pancot Palace
Right.
with the Maharaja, who is like welcoming them to eat there, and they sit down to eat, and they're starving because all they ate were like these really kind of spoiled looking foods in the village earlier in the day, or maybe it's been 2 days. They haven't eaten anything, so they sit down, and they're like all hungry, and they start giving them the food, and it's like eyeball soup.
Oh, right. It's like all the disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
bugs.
this.
There's like these giant beetles that they eat.
Right.
There's a snake that's like roasted around a spike,
Yes.
and they cut it open, and all these
I love
eels,
snakes.
these live eels, crawl out, and like the people, like the natives, the locals. But no, I'm gonna get there. But the locals are like picking up the eels and like swallowing them while they're like squiggling and wiggling down their throats. It's the gross thing. And then the one guy picks up a bug, and he pulls it apart, and it's got this like yellowy grossness inside of it.
No.
And he like slurps it out. And he looks at Willie Scott, who's Kate Capshaw, and he goes, "What? You're not eating?" And she goes, "I had bugs for lunch." And then he starts laughing like maniacally. And you're like, and then there's, of course, for dessert, they're like, for your dessert, and they put these monkey heads in front of everybody.
Oh, yes, the monkey head.
And they say, "Chilled monkey brains." And they open the monkey's skull, and there's a hole.
Oh.
And the guy who would try to get her to eat the bugs uses a spoon and sticks it in a monkey head.
Oh my God.
And he's like eating the brains out of the monkey head. And it's all bloody and yellowy and gross.
So far, this does not sound like a menu that.
So you do the same restaurant,
Okay.
the same concepts, but they're fake foods.
Okay.
So they bring out the monkey head, and you have like washable monkey heads. No, they're not a real monkey head. Yeah, it's like a mug with like a fake hair on it.
Okay.
And they pull off the top, and inside is like a red and like a cherry and lemon jello mixture.
Oh, cute.
Or whatever like dessert looks like brings.
But tastes delicious.
Yeah, but it tastes awesome. And you get to eat out of the monkey's head. I don't know how you do.
It's a great concept.
I don't know how you do the snake with the eels.
No, but I love this because
we can do other things, like other kind of gross, like giant bugs. You could do snake. You could do it like, I don't know, something that looks like a snake. It's like in this shape, but it's really like
you could make anything in the
a sausage, maybe.
Yeah, right. No, you. Could
I don't know,
do it.
but I mean, how cool would it be? Like, Disney owns Lucasfilm, so they could literally do this tomorrow if they wanted to.
Well, and I love this concept because, Indiana Jones is so underrepresented
It
in the
is.
park.
There's one thing.
And so beloved, like by so many.
There's so many guys between 30 and 60 that are listening to this right now.
They wanted to eat in that restaurant.
Yes.
I totally agree with
all you wanted, like so many people wanted to be Luke Skywalker or Han Solo.
You put this in studios?
Yeah, we'll put it in studios. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like near where the stunt show is now. Just take the show out. Take the stunt show out. Put a new Indiana Jones attraction in there with
and then
the restaurant right next door. That's
perfect.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a
that
really good
stunt show takes up a huge amount of space.
It does.
Huge, because there's so many sets that they have to move backstage.
Yeah, take that out.
When I worked at Hollywood Studios, I used to walk by it to get to Star Tours. Remember the Star Tours?
And it took forever.
It's just a huge area. It's huge.
It is.
There's like 3 regular size, like movie sets, full sets.
Right.
There's that enormous theater. Like and there's all kinds of backstage space. There's plenty of room to put a ride and a restaurant in there.
I agree.
Pancot Palace.
Done.
Eat monkey brains. Scream. Eat eyeball soup. It would be awesome. All right. That's mine. I think that should be done. Seriously. I think
that's a really good
idea. It would be one of the most popular restaurants for dudes, especially. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are women who love Indiana Jones as much as guys. But actually, my friend Lauren Gaglioli, Lauren loves Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But
really does.
Most people grew up wanting to be Han Solo. I grew up wanting to be Indiana Jones.
Yes,
that's more my speed.
You did,
and I love Star Wars, but I like Indiana Jones more.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Connect with his character more.
I do. We're both extremely handsome,
very
witty. I
even say that?
So tough, so strong. Just knocking the ladies out one at a time. That's what Indiana Jones and I are. No.
I just am knocked out. So I couldn't respond.
All right, yeah. Okay. You're my Willie Scott.
Oh,
You are Willie Scott to my Indiana Jones. You are
I think that same sentence every day to myself.
you are the Marion Ravenwood to my
that's
Indiana
nicer.
Jones.
Yeah, that's
You like her better?
Well, doesn't she last longer?
Well, she's in the first movie and the fourth movie.
Oh, so not really.
Well, they end up having a kid
Right.
together and being together,
isn't
so it's
that
probably
more-
better.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I like Karen Allen more than I like Kate Capshaw, don't you?
Definitely.
Oh, then that's who you were.
Everybody likes.
Yeah.
Karen more.
Karen Allen's great. She was
No
good in.
offense to Kate Cash.
She was good in
I don't really know.
The
Kate.
Sandlot too. She was Smalls' mom in
She's-
Sandlot.
I know. I love her. She's awesome.
Dennis Leary was her husband. Remember that?
Of course, I
All right,
love
sorry,
that.
go ahead.
Okay, so my next one, I'm sorry, but I'm bringing us back to Epcot, because this one has.
Dude, if it was up to me and you, Epcot is getting a complete. It's just going to be restaurants.
It's true. It's
Two
all
attractions,
true.
all restaurants.
It's true, because there's like a mall right near us that they're thinking of just getting rid of.
Yeah,
all the
let's do
stores
that.
and
Who
making
goes
them
shopping
all
there anyway?
Restaurants? No one.
Who does
um,
anything but Amazon now?
Oh, exactly.
I was just
But
saying, you can
making
get
them
your
all restaurants
groceries.
would be like a park, a restaurant.
No, it's a great idea. You can get your groceries delivered in 2 hours by Amazon now.
You were just telling me about
2
it.
hours.
Perfect.
It's insane.
amazing.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so my next restaurant would be called, and it would have to be at Epcot, and it would be called Eating Around the World. So did you get it? Like, remember drinking
get it.
around the world and eating around the world?
Which I've done
So it would be-
and you've done. We don't recommend that to people
No,
now.
I'm not recommending it at all.
Maybe in your younger days you'd recommend it. Now I'm like
Definitely don't try it.
I'll have a beer around 6.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
Gotta
so this
do it
has
all
nothing
day.
to do with that. This is Eating Around the World, and it would be a Soarin'-based restaurant. So my concept is to have one dish from every location.
You could put it in the Land Pavilion. I mean, that's
You
where it
definitely
fits.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You and I are fighting over that Sunshine Season space then. And I still think the Seasons of Giving restaurant goes in there. We could talk about it.
We can talk
We'll have to
about
get
it.
in negotiations when
It doesn't-
Imagineering
but
contacts
yours
us.
doesn't have to be there because there's no Winnie
No, you're
the
right.
Pooh, right? Like mine.
You're
has
soaring
to
time.
be-
All right, I'll move
I'm
mine.
just saying, just move yours. So anyway, so my concept is to have one dish.
You know what mine can replace? It doesn't fit, but it can replace. You can go right in the middle of Adventureland and replace Aladdin's
I knew
magic
you were going
carpets.
to say Aladdin. Any chance you have to get rid of that thing.
Just knock that down and put a Winnie
Sorry
the Pooh
to our
restaurant in.
friends who love.
Put Winnie the Pooh in like an adventurer's hat, and it fits.
Yeah. There,
The
no.
rabbit wears like a satchel.
Can I give you this idea?
Indiana
Laura?
Jones wears one.
You
Sorry,
did,
go ahead.
you did. Oh gosh, about the Indiana Jones. You did ask me to say.
I was quoting The Hangover with
Oh yeah, Indiana
Zach
Jones.
Galifianakis.
I remember that.
It's like, what are you kidding me? What is this guy wearing a purse? It's a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. Sorry, go ahead.
So back to my Soarin' restaurant, Eating Around the World. So the menu concept would be one dish from every location that is currently featured in the Soarin' show. So for example, like France, India, China.
I like it.
But my idea is, because instead of me being like, oh, this is the food from that, country that should be on the menu. What do I know? I don't know those countries. I'm not from those countries, and I haven't been to
Wait, what?
all of them. So what I'm saying is, my
I thought you were
concept
from
is
Antarctica.
that they could ask cast members, because they're already at Epcot in the World Showcase, they could ask those specific cast members to either for a recipe or for, their favorite dish or whatever. And if they wanted to, they could even ask for guest input. And so, that's really fun, right? When Disney's like,
So this is a seasonal thing too, where it can change, or they have set menu
yeah,
items
it would
from
have
each
it would have
country.
to change because they're going to eventually change the Soarin' show. You know what I mean? They're going to change the film, and so therefore the locations will change. So yes, it will change every so often.
Do you have inside information on that? No, all right. Just checking.
Just in general,
Okay.
they've changed it already a couple
Okay,
times,
I'm just
right?
checking. Yeah, they changed it once, but I'm just checking.
Oh, okay. Well, if they never change it, then they don't have to change that.
Okay, then the
But
food
do you
stays
see
the
what I
same.
mean?
Yeah,
So
no.
how fun would that be if you went to the China Pavilion and got all the cast members together and said, give me your best recipes or dishes or concepts, and then they picked from that, because then it would be super authentic.
I like it. I like that idea.
And it wouldn't just be like,
So what other countries do we have? We have China,
right,
India,
France. I'm not good at this.
somewhere. I don't know exactly where in
Somewhere
Africa
in
they are.
Africa, right?
I forget. It says it's somewhere.
I don't know why we went into. I didn't have
Oh, you don't have those.
like a list of this. No.
You weren't prepared for this. We weren't going
I
that.
didn't think you were deep diving into this idea.
Okay, I'll stop.
So, because I'm not familiar exactly, because I feel like it goes so fast.
Gotcha.
When you're watching Soarin', I'm not like
It does. It does.
able to remember everything. But do you think that that's a fun idea?
I do. And you need an Epcot dish because it ends at Epcot.
Right.
The Cellier cheddar cheese soup.
Oh, perfect. Done.
Just sell it in
Done.
2 places.
Winner.
They sell it outside for food and wine anyway.
I know they do.
It's the best.
So good.
Oh my God, it's so
Oh
good.
my gosh, it's one of my favorite things.
I dig it. I'm into that.
Thank you.
So I have 2 left. I want to end with I have a home run to end with, I think. So I'm going to go with this one. All right. Back to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
The rumor is, and I don't know how true this is.
Okay.
I've just heard this
Right.
from people who might be in the know.
Okay.
That
Might
there
be.
was a table service restaurant that was supposed to go into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
So there may or may not be. I'm not positive. Just a rumor. There may be room in one of those buildings somewhere that's already built
Oh, because
for
it
a
didn't
table
go in
service.
there.
Right. It didn't open,
Okay.
but there may be room for another restaurant in one of the buildings.
Let me
It's-
guess. You have the concept for that restaurant.
I do. Good guess. I do have a concept for that restaurant, but
Smart.
so the reason I was okay. So yeah, so I have an idea for that.
I'm
Like,
just trying to make his rib hurt as much as possible.
I'm laughing, and every time I laugh, it hurts. So I had to try to catch my breath there. So I'm drawing a blank. I got to read my list. So yeah, so when you walk through Galaxy's Edge, there's a whole bunch of buildings. I get turned around in there. I don't know what's where. I can find things, but like sometimes there's not really signs
No,
outside.
that's true. There are.
And if the doors are closed and you walk up to them before they open, you almost don't know what you're walking into before you walk in. It's kind of a cool thing.
Okay.
So it could be any of those buildings that's there. So So my idea is the Hut.
Oh.
Hear me out. Jabba the Hutt was the bad guy
Right. I remember Jabba the Hutt.
in Rise.
Remember
Return of the
Pizza
Jedi.
Hut? Sorry, but remember Pizza the Hut?
I do remember Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. Yes. Yeah.
They ate
Pizza
himself
the
to death.
Hut. Yeah, he eats himself to death. Maybe pizza is going to come looking for you,
Right.
or going to go look or call out for you. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, he has like the Max Headroom guy
Yes,
with
I
the
remember-
glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
like the
remember
zoot
Jabba the
suit.
Hutt. Yes, the zoot
Yeah,
suit.
Pizza the Hut. He was like, and he's like, "Oh, you're delicious," and he's like eating his face.
Oh, it's so gross. He's like taking the pieces off.
Ugh. Okay, back to the Hut. So
right.
Jabba the Hutt was the bad guy in Return of the Jedi, and Han Solo owed him money, and he gets frozen in carbonite. It's taken by Boba Fett back to Jabba the Hutt. You don't know any of this.
A little bit.
So Jabba the Hutt's killed in Return of the Jedi by Princess Leia. Spoiler alert. Sorry if you didn't see that coming. But he wasn't the only Hutt. We saw in the prequels that there were more Hutts, like the creature that looks
Sure.
like Jabba the Hutt.
Right.
There are more of them. So why can't one of the Hutts be living on Batuu
They can.
and have like one of Jabba's descendants be living there and have a restaurant or a club that looks very much like his palace in Return of the Jedi in Galaxy's Edge. The reason I'm saying this is because Oga's Cantina, there's always a line. It takes
It's
forever to
huge.
get in there.
Yes, absolutely.
So why not
No, I
have
love this
another
idea.
indoor place that's like the Cantina, but instead it's based on Jabba the Hutt's place. They have food like
Yeah, what's
Oga's
the menu
Cantina.
concept?
It's this. It's just an extended version
Okay.
of
Oh, I love that idea because they do that.
Docking Bay 7 and Ronto's Roasters. So they have
Perfect.
those types of things.
Right.
They're named after Star Wars animals and creatures and aliens. They have the blue milk. They have the green milk. They have a lot of the drinks from Oga's.
Okay.
They have
So this is like, I'm sorry, but so this is like the Blue Bayou in Disneyland and
Yes.
the Cafe or
Cafe Orleans.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where
they're the same
so-
types of food,
Right.
but one's a table service. Well, they're both
Exactly.
table services, but
But-
one's more popular than the other.
Right.
So yeah, so it's like that.
And a more extensive menu at the
Exactly. So
right.
it's harder to it's so hard to get into Oga's.
Right.
Open another place. So this one is going to be. It's also going to have a little bit of a dinner theater because they're going to have the alien band
Oh, I love that idea.
playing music
Oh, that's great.
like they do in Jabba the Hutt's place.
Yes.
And there's going to be a hut up on the stage like
Oh, how
Jabba,
fun.
like an animatronic that talks and sings or whatever.
Just so you know, he moved as if
I-
he was
yeah.
an animatronic of Jabba and how he managed it with his ribs.
I am pantomiming what Jabba the Hutt would do on the. So we have that, and then there. I know you don't know the movie, but like in the movie, Jabba the Hutt reaches into this tank, and there's like this frog creature,
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
he eats it.
We just recently watched
maybe
this, and
that-
the kids freaked out and
Yeah.
ran out of the room.
So maybe there's something like that that's at your like near your tables, and then you eat. How about this? You know Jabba the Hutt's little guy that sits on his throne with him, and he laughs.
Yeah.
It's like ah, ha, ha, ha. That guy is all
Yes,
creepy.
yes, so creepy.
And R2-D2 shocks him, like zaps him, like electrocutes him in the movie. His name is Salacious B. Crumb is his name. I know, it's a weird name.
Yes, and how do you know this?
Because I know. I know these things. But I didn't know what kind of creature he was.
Okay.
He's a Kowakian monkey lizard.
Obviously. I was going to say that. My first guess.
So in The Mandalorian, if you remember.
Yes, I was going to say this.
They have those.
They do.
Those the descendants of that guy have
yes,
become
I remember
in cages, and they're like roasting them over the open fire, and everyone's like scared, shaking in the cage. Yes. Why can't you eat them at this restaurant?
Totally eat them.
Like it's like a chicken dish.
Yeah.
But they make it look like they split it out to make it look like one of those monkey lizard characters that you get as one of your entrees. I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea too.
I never go again. There's blue and green milk. There's one alcoholic. There's non-alcoholic. Do that. I think it would be the biggest restaurant on Disney property.
I think it really would be.
I think you forget about Be Our Guest. Forget about Cinderella's Royal Table. People are waiting at 6 a.m. 180 days out to get this.
I agree with that.
Disney Imagineers, listen, you can even steal this idea. I'm not even going to get upset.
You can have any of our
ideas. You can take them. Because you know what? If you build it.
Who knows someone who knows someone who knows a Disney?
You know why? Because listen, the Star Wars hotel is being built as we speak.
That's absolutely true.
And that's my idea. I came up with that.
So who's to say?
Don't tell me that somebody in Disney Imagineering came up with that. Somebody listens to my podcast, and you know who you are because you're still listening. And right now you're going, "Oh, the Hut is a good idea."
Or one of mine.
Yeah. Of course, one of yours. Yes. Soren idea restaurant. Yeah. Stop making me laugh. Stop giving me dirty looks. Every time I say something not like trying to be funny, she gives me a dirty look and it hurts. Okay, so that's it. So the Hut.
Okay.
Imagineering.
No, I'm into that. Oh no, this is the worst when he coughs.
Okay. Ooh. That hurts. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine.
You
so
have one more?
I have my last one. Yes, it's my last one.
Okay, I have one more too.
It's a total slam dunk.
I'm trying to catch my breath.
It's a total slam dunk.
Okay.
This is my favorite one. Now, I have to be completely honest with you, and don't get mad. This really, honestly, is nothing to do with Disney.
It's just a restaurant you want to see.
It's a restaurant that I've wanted
which
to
happens.
see for my whole life.
All the restaurants at Disney Springs.
Absolutely.
Only a couple of them have anything to do with Disney.
Listen, whatever Imagineer is listening, you can figure out any Disney spin you want.
Yeah, what about Yak and Yeti? It has nothing to do with Disney.
That's really true.
It's just set in that kind of food and that kind of
That's true.
part of the world.
And you could put this restaurant anywhere. I put it in Magic Kingdom, mostly because I felt bad because I hadn't put anything in Magic Kingdom.
Okay. My last one's going to go Magic Kingdom too.
Oh, I feel so bad for Animal Kingdom. We didn't put anything there.
We can put...
Oh, you could put Winnie the Pooh in there. Oh, no, you can't because you're eating animal.
Little Bit Conservation Station. You take the train out. You get to see conserve the animals, see them brushing their teeth, and then you get to eat them later.
Oh, stop. Anyway.
They're like, we're going to brush this bear's teeth. Look how beautiful he is. He will be served at 7 p.m. at the restaurant.
Anyway, so I'm putting this one in Magic Kingdom.
Peter's going to get in touch with me now. That's so funny.
So my restaurant would be called On the Side. And it is a make your own restaurant. Meaning, every menu item is make your own.
Okay.
So I was thinking
like salad bar style?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. I was thinking of it because remember in Disneyland, I don't remember which, I think it's Carnation Cafe, I think. Zoe ordered peanut butter and jelly. Make your own peanut. I don't think it's called make your own, but it's like, it's called like deconstructed.
Yeah. And they bring you the ingredients.
And they bring you a little cup which has peanut butter in it, a little cup that has jelly, and a little like pita bread thing, and you make your own sandwich. So it would be like that, but every single menu item would be like that. So it would be, they would still bring it to your table.
Okay.
And each person would get their own platter of whatever they ordered. But it would be, so like, for example, on the kids menu, like deconstructed sandwiches, it would be like a fancy Lunchable, right? So it would be like whatever kind.
You know what? Sean, my brother, used to call them Lunchables.
No. But it would be like whatever kind of.
So you're making Lunchables.
That's really funny. Like whatever kind of sandwich they ordered, but it's not put together. They can put together whatever they want. So everything will come. But the reason I called it On the Side is because I'm always like,
yeah, you order everything on the side. My lord.
Can you hold that? Can you have?
You're Meg Ryan from When Harry Met Sally.
I am. But so many other people are too.
Hold the bread. Add
Instead
pita.
of saying,
put some peanuts on there. Sorry, Amy just grabbed my arm and brushed against my ribs, and I almost
this way.
Screamed.
But instead of saying, like, for me, I literally, I'm not joking, have ordered a BLT with no tomato and no lettuce, which is really just a bacon sandwich with some kind of spread on it. But
It's a bacon sandwich.
But I can't be like, you don't have a bacon sandwich.
No, you sound a little like cooler. You're like, I'll have a BLT. And, hold the bacon, or hold the lettuce, hold the tomato.
But
add mustard.
On the side, you could certainly get a bacon sandwich, but you don't have to order it. You just say BLT, and they'll bring it, and you just choose not to put the tomatoes.
So let me ask you this: can you build something and then they cook it, like make your own pizza style?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they can bring you a pizza, or they can bring you. I'm trying to think.
You could do like a grilled cheese. You could do
They bring out tomato,
they
cheese, bacon,
could put ham on there.
Yeah.
They could put whatever,
and then you just do what you want.
I had like a.
I feel like this restaurant's gonna have a lot of waste. Like crazy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't think about that part of it.
It's just the concept. It's not real. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're all worried about.
All stressed
They're
out.
all worried about the price. You're like, oh God, what are we going to charge?
So now, so anyway, but like my like another concept.
No, I like this idea.
A bowl of. Well, I'll figure it out. Well, I suppose no, it doesn't have to have waste because
that's what I was thinking. The salad bar concept. You go up, and make your own chili, make your own pizza. You give it to your server, and they cook it.
Oh, that's true. It could work that way.
Right. It would work like a buffet.
The kids' menu would be different, though. I still like the idea of the kids' menu, them bringing the plate, and then them just putting what they want on it.
No, I get that. I'm behind that.
If you think about it, most places...
Most kids, when they get an order, they dissect it and put it the way they want to anyway.
But same thing where, like, when I order a burger, I usually just order a burger, and I just take the lettuce and tomato and put it on my plate.
And I take the bun off.
Exactly. So there's always waste anyway. But thanks for shooting my idea down. But, like, for example, you could order, let's say, like a bowl of chili, right? And so
I love chili.
So on the side are all the toppings. Cheese, tomatoes, like in little tiny bowls. Cheese, tomatoes, beans,
I'm into this.
Cream, whatever.
It does really remind me of, like, Make Your Own Sunday at Pizzeria Uno.
Yes, that's
we do go to Pizzeria Uno quite a bit.
But you could do
they
the same
serve Kraft mac and cheese.
But you could do like, because I know I always am thinking, and I said some before, but like vegan items too, because I know that's like they're making sure that every restaurant has them. So you could do the same with salads. You could, and then of course with tacos, you could do it with pancakes. Really, any food item.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm into this. I think it's a great idea.
I think that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just think. Obviously, I think kids will really like it because, you know, they're known as picky eaters, but I know a million adults that are super picky eaters that just want to be able to eat they want to be able to eat a dish that you can find on the menu, but exactly the way they want to.
Yeah, I'm into it. I think it's a really good idea.
Oh, and you know what I just thought of? It's really helpful for food allergy.
It's true.
Because for me, like I was allergic for so long to cilantro, which is so weird and random.
Cilantro is just not a good flavor though for me.
I know, but some people love it. It's like a soap thing. I don't know.
It's a weird thing that you eat. I just talked about this with somebody.
I know.
Some people taste it one way, other people taste it another way. It blows my mind.
So weird. I've never heard of it. But I just was allergic to it. But every time we went to a Mexican restaurant, I would have to be like, just don't put anything on.
Yeah.
Because everything has like pico de gallo, everything, you know, so many.
You would think we would have stopped going to Mexican restaurants. I know, me too. It's so funny. You would get like a burrito bowl, and it would come out and they would put it in front of you, and there would just be all this green stuff. And you'd be like, I can't eat that. Yeah.
And I was so bummed because I love the food. But or even now, like especially you go to like Chipotle.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's
places like that.
I always struggle on how to say that.
I do too.
Is it Chipotle or Chipotle?
I don't know. I think
I say Chipotle.
I know. I think so. But
some people say it the other way, and I always look at them funny, like, who's right here? Me or you?
I know. But places like that, I just noticed because I just went there for you, and they have cilantro in the rice.
Yeah, so you can't get that at all.
Both kinds of rice.
They have cilantro in the brown rice now?
Yeah, they didn't used to.
Oh man!
And I ordered the brown rice, and then I saw him, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to believe that. So.
I noticed that the other day when you got me. Yeah. I was like, dude.
But it was too late. I felt I wasn't going to be like, can you throw that out? Like, I just ate like the little topping of it and just didn't eat that much. But that would never be a problem at my on-the-side restaurant.
You're right. It would never be an issue.
They would not put anything in anything else.
You're right. It would never be a problem.
Do you know what I mean? It would all be separate ingredients.
I'm in.
And you got to choose.
You're preaching to the choir, sister.
Thank you.
I like the idea.
Imagineers, put a little Disney spin on it and put it in any park you want.
Yeah.
You put it at Disney Springs, in a hotel. I don't care where it is.
All right. In a hotel?
In a hotel.
Put that in a hotel.
I don't know what happens.
Have y'all been to the hotel? All right. My last one. So I wrestled with the location. I don't know why I couldn't speak there for a second.
It's okay.
I wrestled with the location
We
of
all
this
know
one.
you had a concussion.
I know. I'm still a week later, still suffering
Was that
the.
this week? No, last
It was a week ago. I think a week ago last night. Right? Yeah, that's what it was.
That's right.
So I still have the bump on the back of my head too.
I know.
It's
Well,
crazy.
they don't go away right
No,
away.
that's took forever.
I know.
And the ribs, obviously, I've cried about them enough on this episode. So I did wrestle with the location of my last one, and eventually I ended up putting it in Magic Kingdom because it's a tavern,
Okay.
and I want there to be beer,
Okay.
fine European beers, or
I
European
already
wines
like the concept of
for adults to have. So you can only have them at dinner at Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Because I think this restaurant goes into Magic Kingdom. It goes in Fantasyland.
But can you eat
Super
lunch
well.
and just not have?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
going to be like a...
No, because some places are like only open.
No, this is going to be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
Or maybe just lunch and dinner.
Okay.
And it is the Snuggly Duckling from Tangled.
Tangled.
But I'm knocking down Pinocchio's Village House. I know it's been
You're
there
done.
since...
You're out.
I know it's been there since 1971. But is anyone really going to miss the flatbreads or the sausage and pepper
No, because
sandwich?
you can get that in so many other places.
Right, there's a billion flatbread places.
It's true.
There's some cute like artwork in there. Just take it out. Just put it somewhere else.
That's fine.
We can save it. We can save the artwork.
You sound like a little heartless, but it's fine.
we can save the bell. The bell is a very. There's a really cool story. I'll tell it really quickly. I think I've told it before in the podcast. The bell that is in the roof of Pinocchio Village House. It goes off every hour. That bell was found by Tony Baxter in I think it was Germany, and it had a dent in it, and he loved the sound of this bell.
Right.
And they were getting it ready to. We're going to open Walt Disney World. So Tony Baxter found that and he was like, "This is a perfect bell." The dent creates this amazing sound. So he boxed it up from Germany to ship it to Walt Disney World to get to put in Pinocchio's Village House. He gets it after Disney receiving it, already gotten it. They thought it got damaged in transit. They fixed the dent in the bell, and it didn't sound as good. So yeah. So the bell's in. It was put up there.
Crazy.
The bell was put up there, but they use when you hear the bell going off, it's a recorded sound of the dented bell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's not the bell ringing. It's
so crazy.
It's a recording of the dented bell. Anyway, because he loves the sound.
Right, he loves the sound.
Anyway, we can find a place. Maybe the Snuggly Duckling now has a bell tower in the top of it, and we can keep the bell.
Fair enough.
Change the outside of it to make it look like the Snuggly Duckling from the movie.
I love.
And you go in, and I like the Pinocchio's Village House location because right next door to that is Maurice and Belle's cottage.
That's true. That's
like
a
it's right across the way from it.
It really is.
So we could blend in. You could have like a nice little transition to
could.
Bellstown from there. It's there, and then across Fantasyland you could see Rapunzel's tower from there. So it makes perfect sense to bookend Fantasyland.
Oh yeah, that's where you have to have it then.
Yeah. So that's where you have it. And inside, it looks just like the Snuggly Duckling.
Just like my store, and has to be.
Exactly. It's got to be in one spot. So you put it there. And I don't know about the menu.
Yeah. What do they serve there? No, I mean, what do they serve in the menu?
It's just funny the way. So I don't know what they serve in the menu in the movie.
I know. What do they serve?
Oh, what do they serve in your Snuggly Duckling restaurant? Can you tell? I would like to hear. No. So one food that I always associate with Tangled is hazelnut soup.
Hazelnut soup.
Mother Gothel said she's going to go get all the ingredients for hazelnut soup for Rapunzel's birthday.
This is her favorite.
So at the Snuggly Duckling, their specialty is Rapunzel or Mother Gothel's hazelnut soup.
What is hazelnut soup?
I don't think it's a real thing.
I know. Like, what would you think?
You know what
Is it sweet? Is it?
Yeah, to me, because I've had hazelnut coffee.
Yeah.
It tastes like that with a spoon, and it's thicker.
So is it like a dessert?
It's hot.
Okay.
It's like a hot.
That doesn't mean that it's not a dessert.
I don't know what hazelnut tastes like. I don't know. Hazelnut spread is Nutella, right?
Nutella.
So I guess it's a chocolate soup. It could be. It probably have to be a dessert.
I would think so. That sounds fun, though.
A hot chocolate soup. That sounds delicious.
Oh, that sounds really good.
I'm in. Dip like marshmallows in it. All of a sudden, it's a fondue.
I'm getting all hungry now.
It's a fondue.
I think I'm a fondue.
Anyway, so they serve hazelnut soup.
That's perfect.
And they have a piano player with a hook. I don't know if you can have the hook. But there's the guy that plays the piano in there.
Right.
You know, the guy who has the hook. But in this one, he's just playing the piano quietly.
And he's allowed to have two hands.
Yeah, he can have two hands. But maybe like he has a costume that looks like a hook, but so you can't see his other hand playing, but he's playing.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like it rests on the front of the piano.
Right.
That's what I imagine. I think
that's a good idea.
I think the Snuggly Duckling, and then they have like I said, they have fairly expensive but very good European wines and European beers.
Yeah, because it's a tavern, right? So
they have like it's like Be Our Guest. They'll have the Chimay, and they'll have the Kronenberg, and they'll have stuff like that. What do you think?
I think that's amazing. I
think that works perfectly.
I think it does too, and the location of it is ideal.
Yeah, listen, I think all these ideas are great. I think
so. Anyone is welcome. We don't have any rights of ownership. You could take any idea to any Imagineer that
I know Disney doesn't take unsolicited ideas, so we're not coming to you with these.
No,
we're just putting them out there into the internets.
Yes, and we will not be upset if you take them.
We'll be very excited because then we could say, listen, I have a friend. We have a friend.
You have proof, right? Because this podcast is out there. And
yes,
there's a date on it.
Exactly. So we have a friend that works as an executive in the parks.
That is true.
And
I like that you said that you did, and then you changed it to me.
He's our friend.
A mutual friend.
Yeah, he's a mutual friend. Or she. I don't know.
Who knows?
This individual is a mutual friend who works as an executive in the parks. And he sometimes asks me advice. Off the record, or she. Off the record, of course. And some of those things that he's asked me about, they've later talked about at meetings because, like, he comes up with an idea and he asks me, "What do you think about this idea?" Right. And I'm a big Disney fan, so I'll be like, "It stinks," and I'm like, I won't bring that up." But sometimes he gets to talk about them in meetings, so it's kind of fun. When he has,
you never know.
These aren't ideas that Disney's thinking of; they're his original ideas,
right?
That he comes to me with, and he's like, "Should I mention this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." So. They weren't the sporks at Galaxy's Edge. I can't believe they're selling them. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
They're selling them now.
I know they are.
Oh, Disney, anything to make a buck, buddy. Listen, I love Disney. It was going
to happen, right?
I know, and you knew when people started stealing them that they had a demand.
Right, of course.
So now people are trying to
like, you know what? You can have whatever you want.
I could have stolen one. I used one during the preview. I should have taken them.
You have very strong moral fiber.
Not strong enough that I didn't steal the coasters. I stole the Oga's Cantina coasters.
Oh, yeah, that's
I have
true.
like 6 of them.
Yes, you did.
I don't have strong enough moral fiber that I don't steal coasters. Paper is fine. I draw the line at stealing something metal.
Okay, well, listen, everyone has to have boundaries.
Yeah. I mean, the paper, I was like, all right.
Everyone has to have their limits.
You know what it was? I was like, the paper coasters are going to get thrown out today.
That's true.
They're going to get wet on the bar.
Yes, they are.
And they're going to get thrown out. So it's okay if I grab them before they're wet and keep them.
Yes.
So now I have them here in my office. Anyway, Ames, this is a really fun episode.
This was great. I hope you guys enjoyed our ideas. And I would love to hear, your ideas. What?
Jeez. I mean, really, this is the Amy Show. Welcome to the Amy Show.
Well, did you ask them?
I want to hear your ideas. No, I do that at the end in the wrap-up part of the show.
All right, well, I'm just doing it now.
You're not here for that part. I shoo you out of the
If anyone has
office.
ideas for restaurants, or if you have ideas to enhance our concepts, go for it. Let us know.
You can do that with Amy's. Don't try to enhance mine.
Email
mine
me.
Mine were perfect.
You can shoot me a PM.
Do you want to put your email out there on? You don't want to put your email out there on the podcast. PM Amy Levy Gramlich on Facebook.
That's correct.
2 T's and Levy.
Yeah, I have enough crazy stuff on my email.
Oh, you're just calling the listeners crazy?
Oh, that's a good
We should stop here. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings. Thanks for
coming
on.
No, you can totally email me. Thank you so much, Phil. This was so much fun.
Bye.
Bye.
And that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Ear to There Disney podcast. Thank you so much to my co-host, Amy Liz Levitt Gramlich. I used all of her names. Ames, thank you so much for being on the show. This was a lot of fun. Just like every episode with Amy is to record, a lot of laughing. This week, a lot of crying about my ribcage. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. I really, really appreciate it, as I appreciate you listening each and every single week. That was hard to get out. Thank you so much for clicking on, for listening to the show. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this one. This one was a really, really fun one to record. So thank you. And just remember, there will be a new episode of the Ear to There Disney podcast next week. Remember, during the week, if you haven't become a member of the Disney Pod People and Planning Group on Facebook, you should do that. Lots of fun posts and comments and stuff are happening over there. You can also join me at Phil from Ear to There Travel on Facebook. I post several times a day. Lots of times it's silly stuff, it's questions, it's just fun. It has to do with Disney, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, the cruises, whatever. It's fun to talk to you on Facebook. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter a bit sometimes. So look for me anywhere on social media. You can find me there. You can shoot me an email at phil@eartotheretravel.com. You can call me. You can text me. The phone number is easily found online. So just reach out. And thank you again for listening. Have yourself an amazing week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Ear to there.